Support for this program is provided in part by Guido's Fresh Marketplace. Welcome to The Natural Cook. I'm Anna Gershenson. As you can see, I have guests on my show today, and I would like to reintroduce them. If you watched my episodes before, they know that they come here once a year. They live in New Jersey, and they are my grandchildren, Gaia and Eitan. So how old are you now, guys?
I am now 9. And I'm 11 years old.
So it's a wonderful opportunity that I have and I cannot miss to cook together with them. And of course, as they grow, their skills grow. And yesterday we put together dinner for the table. And so we were very excited that we could cook together, and dinner came to the table much faster. All right, so today we are going to make Socca. When I found out about this easy and very special treat, I decided that it was going to be perfect for Eitan and Gaia, because Eitan is gluten-free, Gaia is dairy-free, and this particular dish is actually is suitable for both their diets, also for vegan diets, and it only has 4 ingredients. So what are the ingredients? Do you remember we talked about it?
There are chickpeas. It makes the dough. Like
okay, chickpea flour, right?
Water.
Water, yes.
Oil.
Some oil,
Yeah.
and a little bit of salt. And you can add, in some countries they add cumin. This is very popular in the countries around Ligurian Sea. So like in Italy, they will call it farinata, and in France they call it Socca, and then in other countries where people from Ligurian area of Ligurian Sea immigrated, like in Argentina, in other countries, they call it different names, but it's all the same thing. All right, so in order to make Socca, and we're going to make it 2 ways. One is going to be like a crepe on top of the stove, but mostly it's cooked inside the oven. And in order to start making it, you have to preheat your oven to 450 degrees and to put your cast iron skillet 10-inch wide, or you can have it bigger if you want to. It's going to be thinner then. You have to put it while the oven is preheating, because it has to be really hot and has to start so that it can start cooking right away. So because we are going to be making our pizza, we want to do some prep, right? So Eitan, you will cut mushrooms and you'll put them into this bowl, and I'll show you how to cut it. So I will cut it like that, right?
Yeah.
And then put it flat, and then you just cut it into slices. So you can start doing it. Did you see what I did?
Yes.
Okay, so you can start doing it and try to make them kind of the same thickness, maybe 1/8 of an inch. Okay, and you, Gaia, were so great yesterday at cutting cucumbers for tomato salad, and for cucumber salad, and we actually are going to put some cucumbers on top of Socca.
Oh.
So we'll show another way how you can eat it. So you can just do it whatever you did yesterday, right? So we'll cut it in half like this, and then remember you were cutting in half with it
And
this
then I
way,
just
right?
cut it like that.
Yes, so cut it in half this way, and then chop like the way you were chopping. And I will be cutting leeks. And leeks, by the way, I'm returning to leeks time and again, because first of all, we have so many different vegetables and fruit in season now. And of course, leeks are going to be in your farmer's market. And leek is a very special vegetable that is very high in prebiotics. And you know that we are hearing more and more how our health is connected to our gut. and our microbiome has to be fed. So the organisms there have to be fed. So this is a perfect food for our gut. And leeks, if they are raw, and you can put them in salads raw, or they are cooked, they still maintain their qualities. Not, of course, as well as when they are cooked. So I try to use it in salads, but this is what we are going to put onto our Socca. So great. All right. You're doing a great job. You can take a little break now, okay? Because we are going to show people how we actually mix our batter, okay? Guy, can you please set it aside?
I am going.
All right. Just push it aside. Put your knife aside. All right. So what we do, and I brought my scale so that you would see how easy it is instead of measuring things. Of course, you can measure, a cup of chickpea flour and a cup of warm water, but it's really so easy because once you put it on the scale, right, kids, remember? And then we set it to 0. And then we know that we need 4 ounces of chickpea flour. So what we are going to do, let's take a spoon. And Gaia, watch the scale, right? And tell me when to stop.
4.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Stop.
Oops. Oh,
Oh, it's
perfect.
exactly 4.
Oh my God, I cannot
Oh no,
believe
now
it.
it's 4.
Okay. Now we'll take half a teaspoon of salt, Eitan. Half a teaspoon of salt. Some recipes call for less salt, some for more salt. You can decide to, try it once and see if half a teaspoon is good for you, or you want a little salty or less salty. That's up to you. Some people also add some ground cumin, which gives it nice flavor. So that's nice as well. We're not going to do it now. So then we put it on 0 again, right? And we'll need a cup of warm water. And a cup of water, and by the way, it's a good idea now to mix it together. Gaila, can you just hold it and mix it? Because we have to make sure that there are no lumps. And once we mix it, it will be much easier, because when you start adding water, then it's, try to do it gently. Okay, great. All right, so now we will add oil. We will add 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil, and I suggest to use high smoke point oil, because it's going to be cooking at 450 degrees. So I won't even measure, just about, hold it. Don't mix anymore, don't mix. Okay, all right, now we will set it on 0. And Gaia, now you watch again. And 8 ounces.
Okay.
You both watch. Okay, getting close.
Yep. Very.
Oops. Okay.
Okay, stop.
Okay, so a little more, it's okay, it will be a little thinner. So what we do, and you practiced it yesterday, right? So you can do it here. You start mixing it, holding it with one hand, yes. And while they are mixing it, so the idea is that you have to really make sure that there are no lumps there. And you can make this batter like 12 hours in advance. You can make it and put it in the refrigerator overnight. It should be sitting at least 30 minutes, best to sit for 2 hours. So if you want to have it, ready when you come home from work, you want to have the batter ready, you throw it together, right, guys? And you can even help mommy do it, right?
Yeah.
And then you come home and you have your skillet ready and you make a crepe, or you heat up your oven. So we already have prepared this, so you can see that it's really, once it has set, it becomes very, very smooth. So we are going to take our skillet from the oven and make sure to use the mitt, because it's extremely hot. All right. Okay, so the idea is that the skillet needs to be hot because we want it to start cooking right away. So we will pour this particular portion, which is what the guys are mixing, and I see that they are doing a great job. So we'll put about 2 tablespoons of oil, and you'll see how it will start like right away smoking. See, that's what I mean. You don't want to use olive oil because it has very low smoke point compared to grapeseed oil. Okay, and at this point we'll just put it in the oven. I'll put it in the oven maybe for about 5 minutes, and then we'll put the topping. Okay, so we'll put it in the oven for about 5 minutes, and then we'll sprinkle these on top. Okay, this is great. It's ready. Wonderful. So what we can do, we can pour it into this jar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll bring it home, and tomorrow we can make Socca. Well, tonight we can make another Socca. Isn't it great?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I saw a little lump there, but it will dissolve, I'm sure. Okay. So now you can finish chopping your mushrooms because they are going to go onto our Socca.
Okay.
All right. And
you
you can finish, yes, now we don't
Okay.
need this anymore. We can put it away. You can finish and try to do it thinner if you can,
Got it.
please. Okay. So we are going to put just mushrooms and leeks. And then we can sprinkle a little bit of, you can sprinkle some herbs, like you can put some parsley. We have some dill, so it will go nicely as well. It will be pretty and delicious. All right, great job, guys. Okay, so let me pull out the Socca. Yes, so this Socca, the way we are cooking it now, in general, this is like a street food. It's a street food where in wood-fired ovens in Nice, they cook it on the street and they keep it going. Like they take one pan and they put some oil, fill it with a ladle, and push it into the wood-fired oven. And then when it's ready, then they pull it out and they cut it and wrap it and give it to a customer, and the customer takes it, and it's a wonderful snack, and it's very delicious and nutritious. Okay, so I see that we already see guys, how the rim is already started cooking. So we'll put our leeks. Okay, and we'll put our mushrooms. We don't want to overfill it. We probably will have enough here for 2 Soccas.
Carrots?
Yes.
Okay.
No, cucumbers are not going to go there.
Oh.
Cucumbers are going to go, you know where?
For
When we are
salad.
going to make it. Yes.
Cucumber feta.
So when you make it like a crepe, you can really eat it not just like a savory, like we are going to do it with cucumbers, right? But you can do it as sweet. So tell us, guys, what do you know about chickpeas? Are chickpeas like a food that is high in protein or carbohydrate? What do you know
Definitely
about chickpeas?
protein. They
Yes.
give you a lot
'cause
of protein.
chickpeas are also known as garbanzo beans, and as you probably know, garbanzo beans are high in protein and stuff. So
Yes. So this is a dish that, if you don't want to eat too much animal protein, right? Then what do? You substitute it with beans, right? And this is actually a very good dish for that.
It's yummy
Okay.
and healthy.
Let's put it back in. All right, and we'll check it after about 10-12 minutes, okay? All right, so let's put it aside. And let's clean up our space, and please
Okay.
stand a little bit aside here. We'll clean our space,
always
and now
clean up so it's not a
we will
clutter.
start preheating our stove top. All right. So, what did you think yesterday? Stay there. What did you think yesterday about the Socca that we made?
It was really, really, really delicious, especially with raspberries. You would just mash up the raspberries and just roll it into a burrito. And then
Yes,
it
but we
tastes heavenly.
yesterday we decided to try it, on stovetop, even though the most popular method of cooking it is inside the oven, and there are different methods of cooking it. You can cook it under the broiler. You know, there are some recommendations that you cook it under the broiler because you want to make sure that, you know, the top is nice and crispy. And then you can cook it in 450-degree oven or 500-degree oven. We are doing this, and then if you like what you see, you can try to do it home the same way we do or investigate another method. Okay, so again, this is heating up very quickly. So what we are going to do is use our ladle, and actually one recipe, which is 1 cup of chickpea flour, that you can get in a supermarket or an actual food store, and 1 cup of water and some oil and a little bit of salt. It made 4 crepes for us yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we will do the same thing today. So first, you have to pour your grapeseed oil.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to make sure that your skillet is hot. And then you swirl it around. Why are we swirling it around? What will happen if we don't coat it all?
Because then the crepe thing will stick.
Right, absolutely. And this is a non-stick. This is a non-stick skillet. So I see that. Come here, kids. Do you see? Is the oil shimmering, or it's just sitting still?
It's just sitting there.
Right. So does it mean that your skillet is ready to be used? No. Your skillet will be ready to be used when you see that something is happening, right?
Like bubbles.
Right. And also you'll see maybe little bubbles, or you'll see how it starts kind of moving around. So do you see little
Yeah.
bubbles are appearing here?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
kind of.
We want to make sure that it starts cooking
Interesting.
as soon as it hits the pan. We want it to start cooking. So I'm increasing the heat, and it heats up pretty fast. So we are going to take. I'll make the first one, and then I'll let you do it. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So we are going to take a ladle. It's very convenient, and this is the about amount that you want to put there, about half a cup probably, right? We'll take a ladle, and let's see. I don't want it to be not to start cooking immediately. You know, you want it to be crispy. That's kind of the idea.
The point.
Yes, you want it to be crispy. Okay. All right. I can start smelling. All right. So,
Smells delicious.
all right. So,
Oh, jeez.
so we put a little bit too much oil. Okay, let's put more batter. Okay, and we shake the pan and put it back so that it would start cooking, and you will see bubbles appearing.
Uh-huh.
It kind
Okay.
of looks like a
Oh my
giant
goodness,
pancake.
like it's swelling
Yes.
up. It's like a pizza crust, like how it has those big swell things.
I know.
Oh, I see bubbles. The thing right there is kind of.
Yes. Just
Yeah,
try not to
going out.
touch it.
Hot.
Okay.
Oh, it's
So what we are going to do, we actually will, Eitan, since you can eat dairy, right? You are going to have a savory crepe.
Yeah.
So you are going to put cucumbers and crumbled feta cheese, and then you are going to, we can take some dill. Do you like dill?
I love them.
Okay, so why don't you chop some dill,
Okay.
because you can sprinkle some dill, and you can sprinkle a little bit of salt and drizzle with olive oil. It's going to be so yummy.
Breathing, there's a bubble.
Yes,
thing.
yeah, that's fine.
Trying.
Okay, so let's prepare our spatula. So far, it's not brown yet. We cannot really flip it until it's brown, and we are going to be flipping it. Okay. See, this is induction stove. So it has controls where you can regulate the temperature, but when, you know, it's not like when you are cooking at home, you already know your stove that where you are cooking, right? So you are familiar with the degree of heat that comes from it and how you regulate it. Okay, so see, it's getting crispy. All right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, now we flip it.
Yeah. It's really quick.
It smells like.
Okay, so it
Smells
will
weird.
be kind of a little soft on the inside, right? This, and that's the way it's supposed to be, and it will be crispy on the outside. And we will put it here on your plate. And you wanted to chop the dill, honey, so
Yeah,
why don't you
I
chop the
did.
dill? You did?
Yeah.
You don't want make it finer?
Okay, I'll make it
Yes.
finer for sure.
Yes.
Wait.
All right. Okay. All right. So what we are going to do, let's peek.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
think it doesn't
Yeah.
look ready.
Not yet.
Not
Not
at all.
yet. Not yet. It takes a little longer. No. Okay. So, do you want next time when I make the next one? Do you want to pour some batter on?
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
So,
Good. So, Eitan, while we are cooking the other ones, why don't you show how you are going to fill your crepe?
okay.
So, you take the stage. I will be working here.
So I'm gonna put cucumber into it, and just put the cucumber in.
Can you speak up? I don't know if
Uh,
people can hear you.
I'm gonna put the cucumber into the
here,
crepe,
Kyla.
like I suppose this much for me.
Take a
And I'm
ladle.
also gonna take some of the feta
And
cheese
pour
that
it.
we crumbled, and I'm
Okay,
gonna
right
put
onto
it
the skillet.
on the cucumber.
Yay.
And when
But
I put on the
quick, quick.
cucumber,
Yes. You want
I'm
to do
gonna
it
put
quick.
some dill on top of this. And yeah, that's how I'm gonna fill my crepe. So
Okay.
now I'm going to roll it into kind of a burrito kind of thing.
Does it stay?
So actually I'm gonna let it cool down a bit, and then yeah.
Okay,
roll
why
into
don't
a
we,
burrito.
do you want to put some pepper?
Oh yeah, pepper.
Yes, grate some
Yes,
pepper.
definitely pepper.
And I didn't bring olive oil.
So yes, pepper.
So imagine that we are drizzling olive oil. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's going to be so
Olive oil.
good with grapeseed
there's-
oil.
Whatever.
Yeah, do you want to
So,
try a
yeah.
little grapeseed oil on top?
Okay.
That would
It's
be-
flavorless.
Like.
Yeah, yeah, it's good oil.
So
It's just we are using it today because
This is
grapeseed
olive
oil and sunflower oil and avocado oil, these are the oils that have high smoking point, as well as
Pretend
canola,
it's
which is
not
not my favorite.
a-
Okay, so you can just roll it, right?
Yeah.
And then you will eat it.
pretend that oil was olive oil for
Yes,
dressing
let's
the
pretend, right, that
kind
it's
of
olive
crepe
oil.
thing.
Okay,
So
and
yeah.
we can see what's happening with our
Oh,
Socca
that's
there.
a bit messy, but here we go.
Yeah. Okay, it's
Since
still
my crepe was kind of a bit.
okay. You put too much filling.
You
did.
put way too much.
Yes. Did you put too much filling that you cannot really close it?
No.
Okay, right. Okay,
Here
you
we
can
go.
do it. So you can actually eat it. You know, you can pick. Since you cannot pick it up, you can take a fork and a knife and try it.
It's starting
Yay.
to bubble.
Okay, and what
I
Gaia
like
is going to
grape
do,
stuff.
Gaia is going to have a sweet crepe, a sweet Socca. She's going to take some raspberries. She'll
I
drizzle
love
some
Maple syrup.
maple syrup, and then crush some raspberries, and then
Make raspberry
she
jam.
will roll it, and she will eat it that
I will
way.
show you how to do it.
Yes.
Done it yesterday. I can do it today.
Yay.
Okay, so that's fine.
Okay.
So
Let me guess, heavenly?
Is
It's
it?
good?
Is it crunchy?
The crepe, it's a little crunchy and like a little soft, and I
Right.
like it so
Just the way that we described it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Gaia. Now, I'll give you your
Okay.
crepe, and you are going to make. So we'll need a little spoon for you, right?
Yeah, I
this is a
think.
bit messy for
Okay.
me.
So
Spoon
let's take a
here.
spoon, and you will drizzle
Crush
some
it,
maple
crush it.
syrup. Don't go
Okay,
crazy.
I
Of
won't-
course, sour
maybe.
cream or yogurt would be great there, but Gaia is dairy free, so she cannot do it. And no black pepper on it, right?
No, black pepper. Probably gonna put like the tiny.
But we
one.
could grate lemon
minuscule.
zest, or we could grate orange zest. That would be
I'm
add to
gonna-
our
I'm
flavor.
gonna see what I can do.
Okay.
And then put
Um,
this-
then
But
we
we
can
don't have it
taste
with us. Just for you,
fabulous.
to give you an idea
Okay.
how it would be delicious. Okay. All right. Okay, make sure that you remember it's hot, right?
Okay. So
Not to get burnt. So,
the sweet crepe is
so
easier
see what
to
you are
roll.
going to do.
what I do is first take raspberries. I think 6 through 8 works best. I'm gonna take 6, just 6, and
You
just
can put jalapeno
take a
if you want.
spoon and just mash them up. Just kind of make jam, but instead,
But jam has to sit. This is just like fresh.
I know, just kind of just take raspberries and mash them and spread them around to make like a lot.
Okay.
And then-
Did you put enough?
Yeah.
You can
Then
put
take-
however much you want. It doesn't really matter
Take maple syrup, and
if you want.
if you want, yeah, I advise it.
And drizzle it.
And you
don't
just-
put too much.
I won't.
Be very careful. I said
Oh.
don't put too.
Darn it. Well, I put a lot, but
Don't do that.
Okay, so I put a lot of maple syrup because I overspilled it. It's gonna be more
Okay.
sweet.
So,
And just take it and just roll it up. This is how I think. Take the sides and make it.
all right. So
half
this
a
is
circle
this is
and
what this
garnet.
is what the Socca looks like, and it's cooked, but we want it to be browned on top. So I put a broiler on, and I'll put it under the broiler. So that it browns up, and then it will be cut into wedges.
It's so good.
So is it good, guys?
I
Yes.
haven't tried mine yet because I
Very.
don't have a fork, so I'm gonna get
Okay,
a
you grab a
fork.
fork.
I'm gonna try it, and this is the moment of truth, guys.
Okay.
Let's see. It's gonna be so sweet.
So see, it's pretty easy. You know, it's pretty easy when you do it on a non-stick skillet. And we'll take another one. All right. Okay, so let's make sure.
Yummy.
So what do you
Really
like
good.
about it? What do you actually like about it? And
I
why do you
love-
recommend for people to go to the? It's not really difficult to make, right?
I love this that it has. You can put anything. You can put raspberries and maple syrup. You can put cucumbers. You don't have to have like soup. If you want to do soup, you have to have a certain recipe. And for this, you can just put anything you want. You can put anything you want, and that's what I really like
Yeah.
to be creative.
I
That's
like
right.
it because, well, I can't have crepes because, you know, they have gluten. And I like that this is like a nice, kind of delicious substitute to crepes. And it tastes really good.
Yes.
And also, the bread that's cooking in there, the flatbread kind of thing, I can't eat bread either, only gluten-free bread. And I think that would be very nice because I love flatbread and I can't have it. So.
Excellent. Okay, so let's see what's happening now with our Socca pizza.
Yay.
Hopefully it's ready, right? We'll make space for it because we want to put it onto this wooden board.
We get Socca crepe and Socca pizza. What a treat!
Yay.
If you guys are not there,
Okay.
I suppose you could put cheese.
You can put cheese. Yes, absolutely. People who can eat cheese, they can put cheese. So what you do is
And maybe if they're not like
You just
vegetarian, meat.
take
So
it
it's
out. It should be brown now. You know, it didn't have time to brown. I will brown it more, but it didn't have time to brown. But you put it out and you cook it for about 15 minutes. And then you cut it into wedges, and you can, at the end, you can put some herbs or drizzle olive oil, and it's a delicious and nutritious snack, and I hope that you will make it at home. So today, kids cooked together with me, and we showed how fun it is to cook together in the kitchen and to learn cooking skills and to eat healthy, delicious, and fast. Support for this program is provided in part by Guido's Fresh Marketplace.